A couple weeks ago, two of my subscribers, Rainway2000 and iDraw667, both on the same day asked for a drawing tutorial on how to draw clothing in folds. Well, today we're going to draw Aiden wearing a jacket and pants. And I'm going to cover simple ways to draw folds using line and shadow. Sound good? Let's get started. Boop. Alright guys, so I've already blocked out Aiden using my blue pencil, just kind of roughed out his basic body shape. And before going on, I want to just grab my blue pencil again, and I'm going to draw in his center line, just a little off center. And this is going to help us out a lot when we're drawing the jacket. So, start the jacket. I'm going to just start with the inside part of his hood, down the zipper line, and end it just below his waist. So I'm going to keep his jacket open, so I'm going to leave a little gap, curve the corner at the bottom, and end it just outside his body. So now let's draw in the outside part of the hood, and the top part I'll keep a little thicker than the bottom part. I think it makes it a little interesting. So I'm going to close off the hood. And I'm going to add this line down the middle, which I think could be the zipper line. Now let's put in his neck. So 2 lines on both sides. And curve it. And we can put in his shoulders too. Slightly angled. Just like that. So I'm going to draw 2 circles and draw in his drawstrings. So let's move on to his shoulders. So slightly angled down on both sides. And let's draw in a seam starting from his armpit and connect it to the outside of the shoulder right there. Same on both sides. So now we're going to move on to the folds, and the folds happen a lot at the joints. So for the sleeve, I'm going to have one at the elbow right here, fold or a bump. Same on the other side. And sometimes to help me to know where I'm going with the sleeves, I'll draw in the cuffs first. I'm going to add in some lines to the cuffs. Okay, so let's take it from the fold we did earlier, and now I'm going to do 2 bumps, 2 folds right at the cuff. On the inside, we're going to do a fold at the elbow, curve it down, and 2 near the wrist. And let's do the same for the other side. So 2 on the bottom, fold at the elbow, and 2. Now we can finish off the sides of his jacket. And I'm going to try to leave a little gap between his sleeves, or between the sleeve. And now a lot of the jackets that I have, they have this thing on the bottom. Not sure what you call it, but I'm going to add in these lines just like the cuff. And add in some pockets. So next we can move on to drawing the hands. So I'm just going to try to draw a basic hand, starting with the thumb, pointer finger, and then the other fingers. So thumb first, pointer, and then the other fingers follow this pattern. Like that, like that, like that. And we can add in his shirt. showing beneath the jacket. And now I'm going to add some folds to the shirt. So here we're going to do a kind of like a sideways V as a sharp corner. And then right above it, just a simple curved line. And we're going to add some folds to the sleeves. So remember, at the joints, so at the elbow, just a simple line, one just below it. And so see, just with these two simple lines, we can get a fold that looks pretty good. Same for the other side. But for this one, let's vary it a little. So let's do that sideways V again. Cool. So I think Aiden's jacket is done. So moving on to the pants, I already drew the folds in his crotch area and the zipper line. So here I'm gonna draw the part that connects the pants to the shoe. So it gives us an idea where we're going. So let's draw the outside of the pants, and just like the sleeves, I'm gonna end it with two folds at the bottom. Same for the inner part. Curve the lines and connect it to the guideline for the shoe. So now, if you notice, I'm drawing a little outside of, where I roughed in Aiden's leg, just to show, how baggy the pants are. It's not too baggy. Alright, so now we can move on to the shoes, and this angle is pretty much the exact angle, only flipped, that I drew in my other video on how to draw shoes in 3/4 view. And I start off with drawing the basic shape, and then drawing in the rectangle for the laces before adding in the rest of the detail. So for the other shoe, just going to rough in the basic shape, followed by this rectangle for the laces, which helps me to see, the perspective of the shoe. Put in the laces, and then the detail. So with his jacket, we use lines to describe the fold, but for his pants, I thought I would show you guys how you can use shading and shadow to show folds. So right in the middle of this fold, I'm going to draw like a horizontal line, sort of like a sideways V. Shade that in. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So sideways V. And on the second fold, on the bottom, on the lower half of the fold, just going to shade that in. And so even with just simple shading, not too much, it can really add a lot to your character. It can show lighting, and it can show the folds. So here I'm adding some shadow just below the folds for his crotch and right under his shirt. Alright, so we're going to move along to his jacket. I'm going to fill in inside part of his hood, and I think I'm going to add in a little bit of shadow under his hood right here, and the same for the other side. And for his sleeves, near the cuff, let's do the same thing that we did for his pants. So these kind of triangle shapes on the lower part of each fold. Not too much, but just a couple of simple folds here and there, either with line or with shadow. And we're done. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see Aiden's jacket and pants. Alright guys, that does it for this video. And if you're working on a manga or know someone who does, let me know, because I'm trying to find everyone who's working on their own stuff and I'm trying to subscribe to them. See you next time. Peace.